I want to bring in NBC's national political correspondent, Steve Kornacki. Adam Gentleson worked for both Democratic Senator John Fetterman and the late Senate Majority Leader Harry Reid. Stuart Stevens was Mitt Romney's chief campaign strategist in 2012 and is author of It Was All a Lie, a book about the Republican Party under Donald Trump. Good to see all of you. Steve, we know nationally, I said that Kamala Harris is leading, at least within the margin of error. But dig into the details of this poll, because that's where it gets interesting, in the undercard, so to speak.
Yeah, absolutely, Chris. A couple of interesting things here that go into this advantage for Harris in our poll. Number one is a gender gap, a massive gender gap. Here you see among men, Donald Trump leading 52-40. That's a 12-point lead for Trump there. Among women, look at the margin that Harris is racking up here, though, 58-37. She's ahead in our poll by 21 points among women. So 21-12. That's a gender gap there of 33 points. And again, that's like 10 points higher than what we saw in the 2020-2016 elections, which both featured, historically massive gender gaps. So this would be something.
Steve, can I stop you there? Because here's my rookie question. You'd think I'd never done politics before. When you have that big of a gap, don't women generally vote in larger numbers in presidential elections than men do? That would indicate to me almost a runaway race, which is not at all what we're seeing.
Well, I mean, you say higher. I mean, we're talking, very close to 50% on both. So not, it's not like 10 points out of whack one to the other. But, that's what you're seeing, a 5-point, go back to this. You could see it, trying to go back to that first screen and make this more dramatic. We'll do it this way. Go back to it. 5-point lead for Trump. That's what we're finding in our poll right here. So you do find
for Harris?
For Harris, you do find a bigger margin for Harris among women than Trump has among men, and that nets out basically to a 5-point advantage for Harris in the national poll.
Got it.
And then if you take it a step further here, just look at a couple other groups here. Among white voters, Trump with that 9-point advantage. But I think what jumps out here is among black voters, 85-7 for Kamala Harris. Now, that's kind of standard, historically speaking. That's the margin Democrats typically get among black voters. But that is a big change from where this race was when Joe Biden was the Democratic candidate. When Biden was the Democratic candidate, one of the big stories was that his support from black voters typically was falling somewhere in the 60s, well short of what Democrats typically get. Trump, in the number of polls among black voters, had been, and there are still other polls out there that do show this, had been in the mid-teens somewhere, which for a Republican would be a historically pretty high share of the black vote. So what Democrats are seeing in this poll for Harris, among what is one of their typically core constituency groups, black voters, a result that's much more in line with what they have depended on in the past and what they were worried about when Joe Biden was the candidate. And then you just look at this and you say, is there any positive news here from a Trump standpoint? Democrats certainly love where the race is going in the national race we just showed you there. If you're a Trump partisan, you might look at these two issues here, the border and immigration, and then the economy and inflation. More than 4 in 10 voters say the economy or inflation is their top concern. Trump with a 9-point advantage over Harris on who would do better on that. And again, on the border and immigration, 21-point edge for Trump over Harris there. These two issues, a majority of the electorate is citing, inflation, economy, or the border as their top issue, and Trump with advantages on both of those. So that certainly keeps him in the game.
Steve Kornacki, it is always great to see you at the big board. Thank you so much. So, Adam, these brand new battleground polls, meantime, from Siena and the New York Times, are where this race will be decided, right? 3, at least, of the key battlegrounds. Arizona, Harris had a 5-point lead in the same poll before the debate. Now she's behind by 5. That's a 10-point swing. In Georgia, Trump's 4-point lead has not changed. In North Carolina, it's gone from 2-point lead for Harris to a 3-point lead for Trump. Now, again, these were all within the margin of error. But if you're working on the Harris campaign, is there any warning in here for you?
I don't think so. I mean, I think that the Harris campaign is obviously paying incredibly close attention to the data. They're looking at these polls. They have their own polls that they're looking at. And with all due respect to the New York Times, they have an incredible poll. It's one of the most highly rated polls there is. They're extremely rigorous. They're extremely transparent about their process. But when you see big swings like going from +5 Harris to -5 Harris in one single poll, what you want to do with that poll is just what they call, toss it in the averages and see how the averages come out, which I think even the folks at the New York Times would say is probably the right approach with this poll. I think the big picture here is that this is an extremely close race. Harris is in a much stronger position than Democrats were over the summer. And it's going to come down to these states. She tends to be performing better in Pennsylvania, Wisconsin, and Michigan, the so-called blue wall states of the Midwest, than President Biden was. And just today, there was a poll showing her up 6 points in Wisconsin that sort of counteracts some of the vibe shift of those New York Times polls. But the point is, if you're on the campaign, you have your nose to the grindstone. You are doing everything you can to inform voters about her positions. One of the things the polls consistently show is that voters want to find out more about Kamala Harris. And generally, as they find out more, they shift in a positive direction. And so that's what you're doing if you're on the campaign. Polls go up, polls go down. She is clearly in a very strong position to win. And that's the big picture takeaway for the campaign.
Yeah, Stuart, if you talk to anybody in the campaign, what they'll tell you is we believe this race is incredibly tight. We'd rather be in our position than in Donald Trump's position. Having said that, I think to Adam's point, there's about, again, according to the Times poll, 15% of the electorate in Arizona, Georgia, and North Carolina who describe themselves as undecided or not definitely decided. They leave open the possibility they could change their minds. Do you buy that number, first of all? And by the way, this group of voters had leaned toward Ms. Harris in these states in August, but now lean slightly more to Trump.
Yeah, look, I have a contrary view on this. I think there is a distinct trend here when you put this all together. And that is since the convention, since the debate, Harris has been going up, Trump has been static or going down. So, I mean, that's a pretty obvious trend. I think this poll, does anybody really think that Harris has dropped 10 points in Arizona in a month? What other evidence would you have to back that up? It hasn't happened in the governor's race, the Senate race there. Arizona and Pennsylvania were pretty much the same in 20. I think this is just very odd numbers. So Harris favorables are going up. Trump is stagnant or going down. With these undecided voters, to the degree that they vote, they are going to break based on unfave of each candidate. I mean, think about it. You're undecided. You're not going to wake up that morning and go vote for somebody that you don't have a favorable view of. You'll just stay in bed or you'll skip that race. So it is the job.
So for you, is that favorability number, Stuart, the most important potentially in that poll? In our NBC poll, that is.
Yeah, I think it's just what the favorability does is kind of capture the gestalt of the race. Like, how are you feeling about these candidates? We've been saying, we said in 22, well, this race is going to be decided by the economy, gas prices, inflation. It just hasn't happened. And what is really extraordinary here is Harris is beating Trump on commander-in-chief. I mean, I can promise you, if you woke up anybody in the Trump campaign 2 months ago and said that was going to happen, they would have said you're insane. And she's developing these trust areas that are very important. And Republicans traditionally lean toward that stronger candidate. So for decades now, Republicans have had an issue advantage, an image advantage on strength in foreign policy particularly. That is now eroding and becoming a Democratic advantage, which we haven't seen since back in the Kennedy days. So this is a huge thing that's happening out there if it continues, and that will elect Harris, and it is going to affect our policy for our politics for a long time if it continues.